Hi, this is Brandon Slade from thirstgym.com. Today we're talking about an exercise called the dumbbell floor press. This is a great horizontal pressing exercise you can put in your programs, and it's really aimed at trying to save the shoulders and still be able to get some good horizontal pressing work in. So I really like the floor press in general with the barbell, but when we're working with athletes, personal training clients, we got to understand that many times they either don't want to use a barbell, or the barbell might not be specific toward their goals, and it might be a hindrance. If they happen to have shoulder issues, shoving them in internal rotation with a barbell sometimes can do more harm than good. And so the dumbbells give us a little bit of variability there into where we can work on the stability of the exercise, but at the same time still reduce range of motion by using the floor. And also just kind of teach people how to press horizontally. And from a youth athlete standpoint, I think if you're working in groups, you're limited in numbers of benches. You just got a lot of different variables you got to work around. Short time. The dumbbell floor press is fantastic because you just need some floor space and some dumbbells. And if you've got dumbbells and weights, you're going to be good. And you don't have to worry about your kids tearing their shoulders up. And if they happen to fail a lift, then they can just drop the dumbbell on the floor. So there's a lot of really good benefits to the dumbbell floor press. So we're going to talk about its execution here today. So what we're going to do is we're going to have two dumbbells. We're going to lay on the floor, kind of just like the name of the exercise indicates. We're going to bench press on the floor. So I'm going to lay on the ground and make sure my head's back on the ground, my back's flat. Feet can be bent or straight. That's personal preference. So if someone usually has low back issues, I usually recommend they keep their feet bent. That's going to give us a little bit more posterior tilt, less anterior orientation of the pelvis, so we're in a good quality position here if you haven't had low back issues. Otherwise, honestly, it's either or. It's personal preference. So what we're going to do, take the dumbbells, we're going to get them up in position here, and then we still want to make sure our shoulders are kind of pulled back and down. Okay, we don't want our elbows out here to the side. This is not how we're going to floor press. Okay, we want to bring our elbows in about a 30-45 degree angle. And then I'm going to basically make sure when I push, I try to push myself through the floor and push the dumbbells up and together. So I'm moving from here, back. So notice that I'm not coming out here. This is probably the number one mistake, okay? We're not going to floor press like this. This just puts us in that bad internally rotated position that the barbell had us in, and clients already generally think they need to press like this anyways. This is just really, really hard on the shoulders. We're trying to save the shoulders, not from a range of motion standpoint, but just with technique. So we're going to keep those elbows in. It's going to make it a little bit more tricep dominant, and that's okay. And then we're going to press up and together. My suggestion is to try not let the dumbbells click, so we're not going to try to go. Okay, that's going to bounce and ricochet off each other. We just want to come straight up and bring them together. And then we can go straight down to the ground, and we're good. The main thing when we're pressing is we want to make sure that our wrist stays over our elbows. So we don't want to have the dumbbell back here, and we don't want to have it in front of us. Just make sure it's over our elbow and be good position. And like I said, about 30-45 degrees of your elbows in, and that's going to help keep your shoulders safer as well, but still kind of have a carryover to like a regular dumbbell bench press or a barbell floor press. So this is definitely usually more of like an accessory exercise for most people, but with a personal training client or a sports performance athlete, this might be our main upper body exercise depending upon their age and kind of where they're at, trying to meet them where they're at. So your programming standpoint, I really think about 3 to 4 sets of 6 to 10 repetitions is generally where you're going to fall when you're putting these in a training program. I might see a case where you can do some 5s with like some middle school kids to try to learn to teach them how to lift a little bit heavier weights, so long as you can trust them and spot them. It's obviously safe from the standpoint that you don't have to worry about them eating the weights. They can just drop them on the floor. But usually with dumbbell work, I don't like to get really stupid heavy. But from a powerlifting perspective, or like a strength sport athlete, you could certainly do these for sets of 15 to 20 and get some high rep work in and really blow your triceps up before you get out, but still have some horizontal pressing as well. So there's a couple different implications in terms of how you might put this in a program, but generally I think you're going to see that 6 to 10 rep range for your programming. So if you got any questions about the dumbbell floor press, please feel free to in the comment section. Thanks. Have a great day.